The President of the United States, as the head of the executive branch, wields powerful tools to shape policy and guide the nation. These tools are not just symbolic, they have real and lasting impacts on the lives of everyday citizens. Among the most significant are executive orders and the veto power. Executive orders are essentially directives issued by the President to federal agencies and officials within the executive branch. They instruct these entities on how to implement existing laws and policies. These orders carry the force of law, meaning they must be obeyed, and can have a wide-ranging impact on everything from environmental regulations to immigration policy. However, the power of executive orders is not unlimited. It is carefully circumscribed by the Constitution and existing statutes passed by Congress. The President cannot use an executive order to create new laws or to contradict existing ones. Furthermore, executive orders can be challenged in court if they are deemed to exceed the President's authority or violate the Constitution. Perhaps most significantly, they can be reversed or modified by future presidents, often leading to a pendulum swing in policy with each change in administration. This inherent impermanence makes them a less stable and enduring form of policy than legislation passed by Congress. Veto, on the other hand, allows the President to reject bills passed by Congress, preventing them from becoming law. This power serves as a crucial check on the legislative branch, forcing lawmakers to reconsider their proposals, negotiate with the President, and potentially modify the bill to gain presidential approval. Of course, Congress retains the power to override a veto, but only with a supermajority, a two-thirds majority vote in both the House of Representatives and the Senate. Achieving such a consensus is a rare feat in the modern political landscape, particularly in times of deep partisan division. The mere threat of a presidential veto often exerts a significant influence on the legislative process, shaping the content and direction of legislation long before it ever reaches the President's desk. In conclusion, these tools, the executive order and the veto, give the President significant influence over the course of lawmaking, the implementation of policy, and the overall operations of the government. However, it is crucial to remember that both of these powers are carefully checked and balanced by the other branches of government, Congress and the courts. The power of the pen, whether used to issue an executive order or to veto a bill, is central to the President's authority, but it is not absolute, and it is always subject to the constraints of the Constitution and the scrutiny of the other branches. Every action taken by the President is subject to review, potential challenge, and even reversal, underscoring the fundamental principles of checks and balances that underpin the American system of government.